Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. Kitty is in first. Hey, Kitty, how are you? Happy Hump Day. It is Hump Day. How are we doing tonight? Hey, Jennifer. Good to have you with us. I hope you ladies are doing well tonight. Kristen's with us. Linda is on. How is everybody's hump day? How are we doing? Tell me about it. I want to know. Scott. Good to have you with us, Scott. It is hump day, ladies. Hump day. It is happy hump day, people. It is. Uh-oh. Mike the weather guy trumps Neil. I don't know. Well, safety's important, Jennifer. I'm okay, Nervous Nelly. Hey, Kelly Jankowitz. Kelly! How are things in Albuquerque? How are things in Albuquerque tonight? Good to have everybody with us tonight. Patty is with us. Hello. Tell us what you're grateful for, people, on this hump day. I know that we have a lot of people glad it's hump day. How many humps does Sally the camel have? Cassandra's grandmother is a camel collector. I worry when she passes where the camel collection goes. Moving lots of furniture. That's good. I like to sell lots of furniture. Hopefully we start selling more of it tomorrow when our air conditioning's finally fixed in our furniture store. It amazes, when you look at it these days, and, when we have a good day, is it a good day for a Wednesday? Is it a good day for July? Is it a good day for a pandemic? I'm just glad it's a good day. And Kristen's grateful for sales. Oh, that's cool, Scott, that your daughter's there. Kelly is a great source in Albuquerque. You need to hook your daughter up with Kelly, and she will take good care of her. Nana's checkup went well. The doctor was, it was a funny visit, actually. So I think the doctor almost wanted me to do the surgery. He said she was like a weeble on the table. She kept on rolling around. And, it's hard to cut an eye and to do surgery on an eye when when somebody's moving around like this. So they found that they need to drug her up more for the second eye. But the doctor was like, and even I was, because I was there for all the pre-op testing and everything else. We've been doing this talking about this since last fall, this particular surgery. And her vision was awful, and now she's got 20/20 vision the day after surgery in the one eye, and he was like, that just doesn't happen, and he really wanted it to dampen down expectations for the next eye. We're doing the other eye next week, and she was, he was like, you may not have 20/20 vision the day after that eye, and we're drugging you up more because you moved around too much. So, we'll see where it all goes, but she is doing very well. She's being a semi-compliant patient. She's not bending or lifting too much. She's leaving her cane all over the house, but that sort of goes with how she leaves glasses all over the house. And just before this, I was out helping water the plants, so that is good there. Aha! Shipping to Canada today for our friends north of the border. Yes, that is a different shipping process, Julie. Ah, yes, you in charge of swag bags there. Those are on the way, are they not, Julie? That is great. Grateful for you doing that project as our hospitality chair for NARTS. Hey, Adele, grateful to have you here. And Dazzle, hey, Kim. And I am grateful that I got, just prior to this, I finished recording my presentation, and my handout is done. I am all done. It's just going into post-production. It has been turned over, my video has been turned over to the post-production people. So it will be post-production person. Sorry, excuse me. Peanut Gallery is on me on that. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to open the swag boxes. I can't wait. I can't wait to open swag boxes. And we're going to be doing it live next Monday night. We will be opening swag boxes live. One swag box has a replica pink calculator in it. One of them has a replica pink calculator in it. I can't wait to see what the replica looks like. Okay, but that gets a day with a real pink calculator, and I can't wait to see how that goes down. And I can't wait to see which of the lucky registrants where I'm going. I never know where I'm going. Half the time, even when I'm going, I don't know where I'm going. But I'm always excited to get out there. I'm excited for it to be safe enough for me to travel again. And my peanut gallery is very excited to get rid of me. Bye, they say. Bye-bye. But I know Adele will be excited that I got my, that my presentation is all recorded. That is one thing off her list. She knows she can count on the timetable of my post-production team more than all the things that are on my plate. And the swag box is in Iowa today. Something else happened in Iowa today. What did you promote in Iowa today? Oh, your parents' 60th anniversary, Heidi. That was great. I loved that story. It clicked. Boom. 60th anniversary today. Congratulations to Heidi's parents' 60th anniversary. And to be celebrating them as part of the store. I love that your dad's the bartender. The store's bartender, Heidi. So that is great. And your mom helps out too, but Dad being the bartender, you know, Scott and I are just saying, you know, that makes it worth a trip to Iowa. You know, that is wonderful. I'm glad that you shared that and celebrated that with all of us today. My parents, Jeremy's with us. Hey, Jeremy. Great to have you with us. Now remember, when you get your swag box, don't open it yet, because we're going to be opening them all live on opening night, Monday, August 3rd at 8-ish Eastern. I'm really told more 8 than ish Eastern. We will be opening those swag boxes at a designated time. We'll all be doing it together. I'm very excited about that. Yes, I was locked down. I had multiple people, Adele, harassing me today to make sure that even Nana was texting me. Are you working on your presentation? I mean, the last text I got from her about it was something like, are you working on your presentation? And if you're not working on it, why not? And she wanted to know. So everybody was giving me stuff on it today. So I think, Adele, you contacted all the people around me to make sure that I was getting that done. You know, I'm slightly better than Congress in getting things done. I get things done on my plate. Hey, Joanne, great to have you here with us tonight. Oh, it's great to have everybody here. And I'm glad to hear what you're all grateful for, even if it's only that we're on Hump Day. And I understand it, people. If Hump Day is what we're grateful for, I totally get it. Let's see what we got here. Well, let's go with page 10 tonight. Well, Carrie, if you end out with the one with the pink calculator, if you're the one with the pink calculator, we'll know because you are not opening it on camping night. But I am so glad you were able to get away. That is awesome. We are going to the Good Morning, Good Night book here tonight, folks. The Good Morning, Good Night book. Good morning. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fail. You're gonna get back up. You're gonna break hearts. You're gonna change minds. You're gonna make some noise. You're gonna make music. La, I wanna teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. You're gonna be late. That's me. Let's go. That's our good morning, good night. Heidi, I'm quoting you twice in my show tonight. First about your parents, okay? First about your parents, and then I'm stealing a quote from your email. Stealing a quote from your email today because I just thought it was great. If you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you will always look lovely. Roald Dahl. Look at that. I love that quote. That was in Heidi's email today from the Daisy. You have a broadcast ready to send tomorrow. Can you share it here? Sure, we want to know first, Adele. We want to know. Are you sharing the winner of the free virtual conference drawing? I don't know who it is. Tell us. Let us find out who the winner is. That's what I'm guessing you're going to announce. I don't think you're going to share that I got my presentation done, or that Nana's eye doctor said she did a good. But tell us what's in that blast, Adele. Put it on my screen and I will share it with the world. Because this is our engaged group here. Tell us. Because these good thoughts. Kitty Boyce won the free conference drawing? That's awesome, Kitty. Congratulations. That is better than melted chocolate that gets reconstituted. Congrats, Kitty. We're very excited for you. That is awesome. Yay, Kitty. Woot, woot. Oh, that's awesome. That is great. I love this next story, okay? I mean, tonight's a story for Hump Day. Hey, well, you know, I try to remember all that's on my list. And like, okay, Adele, the drawing was on my list of things. I knew it was coming up. I knew I couldn't win. And you got to keep in mind, like on the other side, we need to take, maybe I'll have one of my peanut gallery take a picture, because like we're in my production studio where I recorded my presentation just a short while ago, which is also next to Rebecca's office. But the wall here is my slides for my presentation, so that I can keep on talking, so I can keep going, because you know how I normally work. My slides are just my reminder, keeping me in order of what I was going to talk about. But I needed that for my presentation as I was going. And so I have the wall here. When Cassandra gets home, she's going to be like, why is all this stuff taped up to the wall? Sometimes it's better just not to ask. But while we're on conference, yeah, Kitty, this is actually winning something good. Oh, that's great, people. Yes, that's what the wall looks like, people. On the other side of this camera is all my things from my presentation taped to the wall, so that I could make it look like I'm not looking, and stay relatively in order on what I was going to talk about. And I was relatively on time with it, too, considering. In one take. Well, We had 8 audio checks. 8 audio checks to get it right. But after we overcame our audio problems, it was great. But while we're talking conference, I thought I'd have a throwback moment on conference, because this showed up in my feed today. The top 10 comeback retail center experiences. And the number two on the list is Easton Town Center, where conference last year was held. Okay, the Easton Town Center is the comeback retail experience. And let me tell you why. And normally this issue covers the top 10 retail center experiences, an all-star lineup of retail centers that overachieve in adding merriment to the merchandise. But guest experiences have been few in this virus-plagued year. So they decided to shine a light on centers and retail real estate companies that are leading the way in creating safe yet still inviting experiences to draw crowds back to their properties. In this challenging time, our comeback centers are re-engaging their visitors with society, not just retail. That old proverb about getting lemons and turning them into lemonade, Easton Town Center in Columbus, Ohio, provided a nifty COVID version of it. When it was clear that Bon Vie Restaurant in the Unity Pavilion, a restaurant many of you ate at last year, was not going to open until after the crisis wound down, Easton hired artists to paint it yellow and festoon it with images of flowers and messages of diversity. Shutting down Easton was really hard. It's been here 20 years and never been shut down. Seeing it like a ghost town was heartbreaking, said the chief executive, Jennifer. What turned out to be energetic fun for Jennifer was working with her staff to create socially distanced events that got Easton's many fans flocking back. An Easter Bunny visit drew a line of 600 cars, and its annual Movies by Moonlight series lived on. The drive-in concept was 11 days from concept to market. It was really fun. We partnered with some nonprofits, and we had confidence it would be well accepted. They all sold out. Easton Man, a bulky blue bulwark with a face mask appeared on signage and in person all over the property, advising folks to be a hero, wear a mask. When they spoke in early July, they were preparing for the drive-in finale, a live broadcast of the interstate MLS rivalry between the Columbus Crew and the FC Cincinnati. Fitting COVID-19 content indeed, it's known as the hell is real thing. But they rebranded, they got people back to that center safely, and it made a top center. And it was so lovely. I mean, I only got parts of it. I mean, I literally did not leave the hotel other than the bus tour the whole time from the moment I got there. And it was a lovely place. I mean, when I was driving out of there, I'm like, oh my God, this place is awesome. I never had the opportunity to fully take in the restaurants or anything. The bartender at the hotel took very good care of me, making sure I ate every night. She always held a plate after the kitchen closed. She had to make one last meal for me every night. That whole complex, everybody there was great. I would go back to that there in a heartbeat. And I know so many people enjoyed it. And it was so walkable for everybody to get to other things. And so it's nice to see that they're coming back strong. Starbucks swings to a loss in quarter three. COVID-19 dealt a substantial blow to Starbucks' performance in the third quarter of fiscal 2020, but the retailer still beat analyst predictions. Starbucks lost, okay, in one quarter, nearly $750 million, $678 million for the quarter. Okay, so that's Starbucks. So that just shows, and Starbucks is a well-run company, how hard this has been on so many. Compared to last year at the same time, they earned $1.37 billion. Okay, so they lost nearly $750 million this year. Last year they made almost $1.5 billion. The company also outperformed analysts with same-store sales losses that were partially mitigated by larger size orders. While Starbucks reported a global 40% decline in same-store sales, driven by a 51% decrease in comparable transaction, was partially offset by a 23% increase in average ticket. Average ticket matters, people. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing less people, less traffic in the stores, but the people that are in, we're making bigger gains with, which is just as important. So, you know, I don't care how the dollars get in the register. We just got to get them in the register. Their net sales declined 38% year over year to $4.22 billion from $6.82 billion. Okay, nearly $2.5 billion less. $2.5 billion. Okay, so I mean, big and small, and that's Starbucks, a well-run company. They track their loyalty program by 90-day active members, which was down 5% due to reduced customer frequency, which was attributed to store closures. They're expecting sales declines for 12 to 17% for the full fiscal year 2020, with China same-store sales staying flat to a 5% drop for the fourth quarter and declining 15% for the full year. So, you know, they're, you know, and they were trying to rewrite their leases and defer rent for the rest of the year. So, partly just to shore up their finances going into this and defer the expenses till later. So, it just shows the breadth of the pandemic, even on great, well-run companies. And so, if you understand the challenges they are going through, you can relate them to your level. Okay, you can bring them back down and say, okay, well, I'm not off by that much. My sales are staying flat, or my sales are only off 20%. You know, you can look at it in different ways, and having a different perspective on it is important. Amazon is offering proprietary COVID-19 face shields at cost. Amazon is selling 3D printed face shields for a price it says is 1/3 less than all other reusable face shields currently available to frontline workers. In early March 2020, a group of mechanical design and hardware engineers from the Amazon Prime Air Drone Division joined a group of 3D printing enthusiasts in Washington who were designing and building open source face shields by hand. The engineers, in coordination with the open source group, took the initial design, including by making it reusable. Amazon is now mass producing these face shields and selling them on its site at a cost of $66.25 for a pack of 25, $2.65 per shield. The retailer has also donated 30,000 more face shields than originally anticipated and plans to donate another 150,000 by the end of 2020. Amazon has repurposed its manufacturing facilities and is working with outside vendors to produce new face shields as quickly and cost-effectively as possible, along with reusability upgrades based on direct feedback from medical professionals, included making materials reusable, enhancing a snap feature to keep the shield in place, reducing sharp edges, thinning the forehead band to reduce pressure on a person's forehead, and reducing print time. By producing a detailed open-source design package for both 3D printing and injection molding, Amazon is enabling anyone, whether an individual or a large company, to access and manufacture frames. The new design is also approved by the National Institutes of Health. We have amazing teams creating and building every day, said Brad Porter, VP of Robotics at Amazon. Watching them quickly adapt to the community's needs during this stressful time and develop a face shield that we've heard from medical professionals is one of the best has been such a rewarding experience. We're committed to leveraging our scale for good and putting our ability to innovate quickly into use to support communities. So there you go there. Jennifer Dodds, great to have you with us. Retailers pay up. This one will make landlords happy. More and more retailers are paying their rent, according to new data from Real Estate Trade Association NARTS. Still, they're having a harder time coming up with cash than other sectors like industrial, office, apartments, and healthcare. Freestanding retail, a lone store, saw its biggest rebound since the pandemic hit. Landlords collected 91.4% of their typical July rent, up from 79.3% in June. Shopping centers, an outdoor complex with many stores, made a solid jump too, with retailers paying nearly 70% of the typical rent in July, up from 60% in June. The upswing is driven by nationwide store reopenings and the prevalence of in freestanding retail shops and shopping centers. Kept paying rent payment from bottoming out entirely. There is concern about fade away as some states and retail the easing of business restrictions. Malls are hurting more. While rent collection is rebounding, there's still concerns on that. For those of you, this is an interesting one for those of you that have exempt employees, salaried employees. There's lots of stuff with that that we've had over the last few years with the Department of Labor and what their duties are to qualify for being exempt. And the Department of Labor said that exempt employees who perform non-exempt duties during the pandemic will not lose their status. So that is an important thing. I don't think it affects most of us because most of us are deemed non-essential during this. But it is worth noting that the Department of Labor did make note that employers may continue to treat salaried professionals and employees who are exempt under the Fair Labor Standards Act as exempt, even if they perform non-exempt duties during the pandemic. The Department of Labor said in guidance released July 20th, COVID-19 is a rare event, let's hope they're right on that, affecting the public welfare of the entire nation. An employer could not reasonably anticipate, and it is consistent with the Fair Labor Standards Act's regulatory criteria for emergencies. So that is good news. It'll depend on how all this pans out, how that ruling continues, but that is generally good news for business. So I appreciate that. This is one I keep on forgetting to cover, okay, and it's worth noting, okay. There have been several class action lawsuits filed against retailers and restaurants in the U.S. District Court for the Southeastern and Eastern Districts of New York, alleging a violation of the American with Disabilities Act, the New York State Human Rights Law, and the New York City Human Rights Law regarding the provision of, go ahead, try to guess what provision they are in being sued for not following. And I will give you a hint, it's on gift cards. What provision are retailers and restaurants not following on gift cards that they are being sued for a violation of the American with Disabilities Act? Any guesses? Tonight? Suzanne and Michael, MJ, great to have you with us. Suzanne and MJ, great to have you with us. It's okay. Because sometimes you got to go where everybody knows your name, Suzanne. Cheers. Good to have you with us. So what would you be sued for under the American with Disabilities Act that has to do with gift cards? Yes, Kelly. Kelly knows. Kelly follows me. Braille. Yes, for your gift card not having Braille on it. Okay. And that is correct. So they are being sued. Major retailers are being sued for not having Braille on their gift cards. We'll see where that goes. It is a slope here. You want to be fair access and everything else, but It is difficult. So Braille on the gift cards is correct, and they're going after the big restaurants and retailers starting in New York, because there's a combination of the national law and the New York law on that that endangers them. So the national associations are working on that. Hang on a second here. Where'd my clip go? Oh, there it is. Our friends in Congress didn't make much progress today, and that's disheartening. There's a little bit of agreement to do some temporary measure, but there's not a lot of love on that. People want to get a more permanent in place for what will likely be the last bill, and I really applaud that. So we'll see what happens here. There's still a lot of time in congressional terms, for lack of a better statement, before they go into recess in August. I know it seems like 2 days, but in Congress terms, that's a lifetime. They can agree, disagree, have whole tantrums and walk away. So I like to be optimistic that they'll come together on something before they part ways here for August recess. I honestly think recess is just bad. You know, they need to, the American people are hurting. There's a lot of things that they need to do, from housing assistance to eviction moratoriums. There's just a lot of strain on things. So I'm hopeful that the folks in Washington will get their heads out of their you-know-what and get to work for the American people. But there are no guarantees on that, so we'll see. I mean, eventually they will do something, because that's what Congress does. But so far this week, they're not spreading a lot of hope and cheer out of the meetings they're having. And they're honestly not listening to each other much. So disappointing, but we'll see where that goes, and I'll keep you informed on that. Having worked so much on so many different things today, including my presentation, I'm kind of pooped tonight. But let's see what we got going on here on... I like this one. This is from our Everyday Courage book. Our Everyday Courage book. And this is the one that I opened up to, which is not today, but I love it, so I'm going to share it. Whatever we expect with confidence becomes our own self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever you expect with confidence becomes its own self-fulfilling prophecy. And I am a big believer in that. I'm a big believer, and I don't always know the how. Okay, but when I know the ending, okay, I know we're going to make it happen. I know we're going to survive this, okay. I don't know the how all the way through it, okay. I can't draw you the straight line to it, but I know we will get through it. And that becomes its own self-fulfilling prophecy. And I love that quote, and I'm glad that it was there tonight for me to share with you. That is truly awesome. You know, all the resources we talk about here, every single one of them goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. By noon the next day. Cassandra and Adele make it all happen. They do. Even these videos are there by noon the next day. Truly blessed that these are there. They're not yet there just to keep you organized. They're there so you can share them with each and every person you know in business. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker, manicurist, hairstylist, lawyer, accountant. Whoever needs help getting to the other side, we are there for them. We have helped so many different businesses through this, and we lead with Resale Strong. Hey, Nebraska Angie, about to take your big trip. Good to have you with us. If you have a question on anything, you just email me. Email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. That is where you email me. And make sure you include your phone number in that so I can give you a big call back. We start this program. Oh, and if I didn't give the email address, it's neil@eCIstores.com. neil@eCIstores.com. If you were not here at the top of the program, like Nebraska Angie wasn't, we're in the Good Morning, Good Night book, where we start this program every night. Every night we start this program in the Good Morning, Good Night book. We're tonight on page 10. Good morning. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fail. You're gonna get back up. You're gonna break hearts. You're gonna change minds. You're gonna make some noise. You're gonna make music. You're gonna be late. Yes, I am. Let's go. Our good night tonight is good night. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna be tested. You're gonna learn about yourself. You're gonna get brave. You're gonna take stands. You're gonna make waves. You're gonna make history. You're gonna need some rest. Rest up. There's our graphics, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We're gonna party again together, I promise you. We're gonna have NARTS virtual conference. We're gonna connect all virtually next week, starting on August 3rd. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back here tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, like I am every night. More 8 than ish Eastern every night. I'll be back here. But until then, know that you, and especially you, yes, you, I'm talking to you. Congratulations, kitty. Yes, I am, you big winner, you. You are not alone running this store. No, you're not. I'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. It is time for dinner. Have a great